Joseph YouTube, welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Chisha Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Woman comes to a realization and she wants women to know he's not intimidated by you. He just doesn't want you. Don't believe me? Check it out for yourself. Let's get it.
I don't know which girls are lying to themselves right now, but we need to have a chat. And don't get mad at me. Think of me like your older sister. Been there, done that. I've already experienced this, learned the lesson myself. So now I just want to teach you the lesson so that you can be honest with yourself. That man did not end things with you or ghost you because he's too intimidated by you. Stop convincing yourself of that. Stop letting your friends convince you of that. People used to say that to me, so I used to say it all the time when things didn't work out with a guy. I have been pretty successful from a pretty young age, and one of the things about me at that time was that, like, I made it my whole personality trait. Like, didn't need anybody for anything. Work, like, came first. I was a little more on the, like, argumentative, like, highly opinionated, which I am a highly opinionated person, but, like, it was just a different way. And people used to say that to me, oh, well, they're just so intimidated by you, and I ate that shit up until finally it came to my senses and matured, and I was like, well, I'm not dating insecure men.
Keep it real. Women used to say that to you. Women.
So I don't think that the men I date who are, like, successful, have their shit together, you know, pretty confident, are ending it with me because they're like, they're intimidated. They think I'm too good for them. I just don't think that that's necessarily true. What I've learned and realized is that they just don't like it. Like, if you are argumentative, why would they spend their time with you when there's someone else who's not? Or if your whole life is about not needing anybody and just like, oh, I can do this, I can do that because I'm, like, so successful and work is everything to me, then, like, why would they want that in a partner when there's someone who's more, like, open to being, like, a team rather than so, like, independent?
Common sense.
The only time it'd probably be true if a man was intimidated by you would be if he had significantly less going for him than you do. Like, you're successful, you make a ton of money, you travel, you live in a nice place, whatever, and he's, like, between jobs and lives with his parents, like, doesn't have a steady income. Or if you're, like, 10 out of 10, like, stunning model, most beautiful girl he's ever seen, and he's, like, unhealthy, unattractive, like, never been with someone that looks like you, so he, like, gets intimidated and unfortunately, like, psychs himself out. Maybe in that case. But chances are that's not what your dating dynamic is. And it's just that your personality isn't for him. He just doesn't like it. But he's not intimidated by you.
Wow. Sounds like somebody has been sipping on some coffee. Now we're going to see how the women received it. Because when a woman finally realizes, like, hey, you know what? I might be wrong. She thinks that, oh, now she's going to go to other women and explain these type of things that men have been trying to convey to modern women and say, guys, we have it all wrong. And she thinks if she explains it as a big sister, it's just going to click, but we'll see. Right? I don't know what the comments are going to have. Maybe they will agree. I don't know. Let's check it out. First comment from a woman says, no, he isn't. Okay. And he is intimidated by you. He would show it by putting you down and insulting you and making you feel small. Surprise. Next comment here comes from a man. He says, in a conversation with some workmates, they had the same mentality. And one of my workmates asked, are you pleasurable to be around? K.O. That's a good question. The assumption that a lot of women think they're a joy to be around is all too common, far too common. Like, why is that so hard to say? You're not a good time. A lot of women out here are not a good time to be around. The only reason most men want to talk to him for any long periods of time is to smash. In most cases, not interesting. That's just the truth. For a man, you tell him, hey man, you have to be interesting. He's going to listen. He's going to say, well, what do I have to do? Go and get involved in some hobbies, read interesting books, become an interesting person. But for a lot of women, it's like, if he doesn't like the real you, but what's the real you? What's the real you? Nothing.
Women.
Another comment here from a woman says, typically men who actually think that you're too good for them will try to hold on to you for as long as they can. Another comment here from another chick says, they like feeling like they're needed. If someone is too independent, they feel they don't hold any weight in the relationship. Yeah, definitely true. Someone else responded back to that chick and says, yep, even if you don't need me, you still need to act like it for the relationship. Another comment here from another woman says, I was told this, laugh out loud. Was he lying? Was he lying about being intimidated by you? Maybe, most likely, yes. Another chick responded back to that woman and says, he may have been trying to let you down easy. 78 likes. Now this chick gets it, right? She gets it. Looking at a woman and saying, you just intimidate me. You're so successful. That's why I don't want you to be my girlfriend. A woman to sit there because they believe they're so awesome. They sit there and go, wow, you're right. You're right. Another comment here from another woman says, it's not that I agree or disagree, but if they didn't give me a reason, I'm going to believe whatever delusion I'm make up that day for funsies, because why not? This comment has the most likes. Oh man, we're lost. Another comment here from another person, another woman says, right, most of the time, I don't think the right word is intimidated. I think some men actually do want control and power, so they go to the women who are way more submissive and cooperative. And some men have bad intentions when it comes to this. So in a way, I see what people are saying when they say this. She goes on to say, but it's not intimidated. It's just that they know they won't be able to get over on you. Nah. With the laughing emojis, count that a blessing. Girl, shut up. As always, guys, curious to know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Do you agree with this video? Do you not? I think, for a lot of women who are able to figure this out, especially if you were like argumentative before and you're learning to kind of just be quiet, that's a win. Good for this chick. I appreciate you for checking out another episode of The Coffee Pot. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.